Hey, sorry folks, I got cut off there because I talked too much. But anyways, this is part 2 of our study guide for Unit 5. We're on question 6. It says, what made Christianity popular? What made it unpopular? Remember we talked about in the first video how Christianity promised an afterlife. So we'll add that on here, promised an afterlife, which made poor people and slaves really, really like it. We also talked about briefly, but I didn't get a chance to write it down, how Christianity offered the forgiveness of sins. Okay, remember sins is basically defined as bad things people do. Christianity, the Bible is the holy book or the holy text of Christianity. It teaches that Jesus lived a perfect life. He did not sin at all. And that he died, and through him dying and being tortured, he was able to take the punishment for everybody else. Because the Bible talks about how if you sin and do something wrong, there's punishment. But according to the Bible, Jesus took that, and so then God can offer people forgiveness. All right, so those are the two main reasons why it made it very popular. Reasons why it was unpopular. Christians were monotheistic. A lot of the Roman leaders were polytheistic. Okay, remember, Christians, they only believe in one God. Other Roman leaders, they believed in many gods. And at the time, Romans would also worship their emperor as a god. Christians refused to do that because they only had one God. Another reason was Christians were falsely blamed for natural disasters. For example, there was lots of fires breaking out, famines breaking out. Since the Christians were kind of a small group and people were a little suspicious of them anyways, they often got blamed. So some people didn't like them for that. They also did not participate in the government or army. And those are two things that were really important to the Romans. Okay? So that made Christians unpopular. So some things made them popular, some things made them unpopular. Which emperor first converted to Christianity? That would have been Constantine. As the story goes, Constantine had a vision of Jesus in the vision of the cross, which is basically the torturous method that Jesus was killed on. He was nailed to a cross, 2 wooden beams. He saw that in a dream, and then he painted the symbol, the cross, on his soldiers' shields the next day, and they won the battle. And so Constantine converted to Christianity, and eventually over time, Christianity will become the official religion of Rome. So what is a republic? So a republic, remember, is a government in which the citizens vote for their leaders. The leaders represent them. If the leaders do a bad job, the citizens vote for somebody else the next time. What's an empire? Basically is a government with one leader that rules over many countries or people groups. So that's what Rome is going to change from. It's going to go from first being a republic where people vote for their leaders, and then it will change with Julius Caesar and then his nephew Augustus to an empire with one ruler, the emperor. Before Christianity, question 10, before Christianity, what was the Roman religion like? And who did they copy? So it was polytheistic, which means many gods and goddesses. And they copied the Greek religion and mythology. So think back to our ancient Greece unit when you've got like Zeus and Hera and Poseidon and Athena and heroes like, the Greeks called him Heracles, the Romans called him Hercules. So that brings up a good point. The Romans changed the gods' names. Okay. All right, moving on. Question 11. What are the 3 reasons why Rome fell apart? Well, the first one was military. There's a military reason. We'll change this to blue. And that was the outside attackers. Maybe we learned about the Huns, like Attila. We learned about the Germanic tribes. Think back to that video we watched about how Rome was being attacked. So there were lots of tribes, lots of people attacking from all sides. Too hard to defend. Another one is political. So think about the assassinations. No assassinations of the emperors. Oh man, I gotta learn to spell. They had lots of fighting among Romans. So Romans fighting Romans. In politics and families. Okay. They divided the empire in 2. East and the west. The west side ended up being much weaker, much poorer. The east side stronger, more money. And our last one could be economic. Okay, so they had rising prices all across the empire. That's inflation. Again, they split in 2. The west side was poor. East side was rich. The outside attackers were demanding money. They called it tribute, demanding to be paid to not attack them. I'm trying to think of other economic reasons. Give me 1 second to think. Okay, maybe another one we could add here was people were buying goods from non-Romans. So they're doing business elsewhere. Okay, so lots of issues. And there's probably some other ones we could add. If you find some in your notes, let me know. So why could they not save Rome? It's a complicated question. On your test, it's probably going to be a short answer question. Give me a paragraph or 2 or 3. And kind of analyze these different things that are happening to them. Different things they try to do to fix them. Different things they tried to do to recover and get stronger again. And talk about why they failed. So that's going to be kind of an opinion based on the facts, based on these things that we saw in question 11, these things that were happening to them. So I'm going to leave that one blank because it's going to be your analysis. So look at what happened to Rome, you analyze it, you talk about it, and you answer why they could not save Rome. All right, folks, tomorrow I think we do a quizzes review, and then we have our test. If you have questions before then, send me an email. I'd love to help you. You can always talk to me in class too. All right, thanks everybody.